99% of people don't even realize the potential they have. And the only way to actually genuinely realize how much potential you have is to chase your dreams for extended periods of time. In the last 27 months, from January 2023 to March 2025, I have realized just how much potential, not only I, but everyone, and just how much potential there is out there in the world. Like, I have genuinely realized you can do anything, alright? Now, I don't say this because, I've achieved everything I've ever dreamed of. No. Look at people like Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs created Apple, alright? And so Steve Jobs was just a regular kid growing up, didn't have much money, growing up in the 70s, right? The 80s. And he was a college dropout, and he chased his dreams. He went from just a regular college student who's interested in computers, right? And then 10 years later, 10 years of chasing his dreams, and he owned computer companies in the world, right? 20, 30 years later, he owned Apple. And he owned Apple the whole time, but he created Apple. He created the iPhone. He created the biggest company in the world. Apple is the largest company in the world. It's valued at over $3 trillion. And that company was created and built and made off the back of a guy who was a college dropout, a regular dude who just chased his dreams. Bill Gates, growing up, pretty poor, right? But he was so interested in computers, and he wanted to learn more about computers and how they worked. And this was in the 60s and the 70s, and computers were these big box things the size of rooms, right? They were huge. And he was just so interested in computers. I can't remember whether he did a computer science degree, but he was always just interested in computers, trying to work with computers, trying to buy a computer. And eventually he saved up enough money, bought a computer, chased his dreams, and then he created Microsoft, right? Mr. Beast, a kid growing up, single mother who was working multiple jobs. Him and his brother, Mr. Beast, he has a disability. He's got a Crohn's disease, right? He has a disease, a disability, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what it is exactly. And he, just a very normal kid, growing up, he liked to watch YouTube. Now he has 300 million followers. Not followers, subscribers, right? He's got probably 1 billion followers across all platforms. He's probably the most famous person in the entire world. Like, the most people know, he's Mr. Beast. Just a normal kid. And I'm saying this because any normal person can achieve great things, but it comes with obsession, and it comes with chasing your dreams for extended periods of time. If you chase your dreams for a week, you probably won't get much done. But if you chase your dreams for 10 years, you could create the next Apple. You could be the next Mr. Beast. You could be the next Bill Gates. You could be the next Warren Buffett. You could be the next whoever you want to be. You might want to build a ranch. Just go out there and build a log cabin in the woods. You can do that. Chase that dream. Go and do that. You might want to design computer chips and create the fastest and most powerful computer chips ever made. Go and do that. Go and chase that dream. That's going to take years and years and maybe even decades. But greatness does not come from someone being extraordinary. Greatness comes from someone who just genuinely tries their best every single day for years and years and decades. You might think this is crazy. Decades, right? I'm 15 years old. If I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do in decades, like, that is crazy. Decades. I'm 15. That's like 2/3 of my life is just one decade. Decade without the S, right? That's a crazy long period of time. But if you want to create the next Apple, you're probably going to have to spend decades, right? If you just want to change your life, if you have these goals, these dreams, you can achieve 90% of your goals in a year. Now, you probably aren't going to be able to make millions of dollars or get that dream physique or, look like a bodybuilder in a year. But you can achieve so much in a year. And you will never know how much you can achieve in a year, in 2 years, in 3 months. You will not know until you chase your dreams and until you try. And so whether you want to create the next Apple, create the next Microsoft, create the next Nvidia, create the next, world's largest personal brand, whatever you want to do, chase your dreams, because it will, one, never happen, and two, you'll never know if you could actually do it unless you try. Chase your dreams every day. Show it for yourself. My name is Sam. I'll see you guys tomorrow.